I learn in this letter that Don Pedro of Aragon comes this night to Messina.
He is very near by this. He was not 3 leagues off when I left him.
How many gentlemen have you lost in this action?
Few of any sort, and none of name.
A victory is twice itself when the achiever brings home full numbers. I find here that Don Pedro hath bestowed much honor on a young Florentine named Claudio.
Ooh. Much deserved on his part, and equally remembered by Don Pedro. He had borne himself beyond the promise of his age, doing in the figure of a lamb the feats of a lion. He hath badgered expectation, and you must expect of me to tell you how.
I pray you, is Sir Mountanto returned from the wars or no?
I know none of that name, lady. There was none in the army of any sort.
What is he that you ask for, niece?
My cousin means Signor Benedict of Padua.
Oh, he's returned, and as pleasant as ever he was.
I pray you, how many hath he killed and eaten in these wars? For indeed I promise to eat all of his killings.
Faith, niece, you tax Signor Benedict too much. He'll be meat with you. I doubt it not.
He hath done good service, lady, in these wars.
You had musty victuals, and he hath helped to eat it. He's a very valiant trenchman. He has an excellent stomach.
And a good soldier too, lady.
A good soldier to a lady, but what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord. A man to a man. Stuffed with honorable virtues.
It is so, indeed. He is no less than a stuffed man.
You must not, sir, mistake my niece. There is a kind of merry war betwixt Signor Benedict and her. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wit between them.
Alas, he gets nothing by that. In our last conflict, 4 of his 5 wits went halting off. Who is his companion now? He hath every month a new sworn brother.
Is it possible?
Very easily possible. He wears his faith but as the fashion of his hat, ever changing with the next block.
I take it, lady, the gentleman is not in your books.
No, and he were over in my study. But who is his companion? Is there no young square now that would make a voyage with him to the devil?
He is most in the company of the right, noble Claudio.
Oh, Lord. He will hang upon him like a disease. He is sooner caught than the pestilence, and the taker runs presently mad. God help the noble Claudio if he had caught the Benedict. It will cost him £1,000 ere he be cured.
I will hold friends with you, lady.
Do, good friend.
You will never run mad, niece.
No, not until a hot January.
Don Pedro is approached.
Good, Madam Leonata. You come to meet your trouble. The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, and you encounter it.
Never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace. For trouble being gone, comfort should remain. But when you depart from me, sorrow abides, and happiness takes its leave.
You embrace your charge too willingly. I believe this is your daughter. Be happy, lady, for you are like an honorable mother.
If Lady Leonata be her mother, she would not have a head on her shoulders for all Messina, as like
I
her.
wonder that you would still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What? My lady disdain? Are you yet living?
Is it possible disdain should die while it hath such meat food to feed it as Signor Benedict? Courtesy herself converts to disdain when you come in her presence.
Well, then is courtesy a turncoat, for it is well known that I am beloved of all ladies. Only you accepted, and I would that I could find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
A dear happiness to women. They would else be troubled with a pernicious suitor. I thank God in my cold blood I am of your humor for that. I'd rather hear my dog bark at a crow than hear a man swear he loves me.
God keep your ladyship still in that mind, else some gentleman or other scape a predestinate scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse than toward such a face as yours were.
Well, you are a rare parent teacher.
A word of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my horse had the speed of your tongue, and so good a continuer. But nay, go to in faith, I am done.
You always enter the jade's trick. I know you of old.
Signor Claudio, Signor Benedict, my good friend Leonata hath invited you all. I tell her that we shall stay at least a month, and she heartily prays that some occasion shall detain us longer.
Let me bid you welcome, my lord. Being reconciled to the prince your brother, I owe you all duty.
I thank you. I am not of many words, but I thank you.
Pleasing your grace, lead on.
Your hand, Leonata, we will go together.
Benedict, didst thou know the daughter of Madame Leonata?
I noted her not, but I did look on her.
Is she not a modest young lady?
Do you question me as a nobleman for my honest, true judgment, or would you have me speak after my custom, being a professed tyrant of their sex?
No, I pray thee speak in sober judgment.
Well, methinks she too short for a tall praise, too brown for a fair praise, too little for a great praise. Only this commendation can I afford her. If she were anything but what she is, and being no other than what she is, she were unhandsome. I do not like her, huh?
Well, thinkest I am in sport? I pray thee tell me truly how thou likest her.
Would thou buy her that thou inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel?
Yea, and a case to put it into, but speak you this with a sad brow?
In mine eyes, she is the sweetest lady that ever I looked on.
I can yet see without spectacles, and I see no such issue. There is her cousin. Oh, and was she not possessed with a fury? Exceeds her in beauty as not the 1st of May to the last of December, but I pray you have no intention of turning husband, have you?
I would scarce trust myself, though I had sworn the contrary, if Hero would be my wife.
Oh, well, shall I never see a bachelor of 80 again, eh? Go to, in faith, thou wilt press thy head into a yoke, and wear the print of it, and sigh away Sundays.
What secret hath held you here that you follow not to Leonata's?
Oh, I would your grace constrain me to tell.
I charge thee on thy allegiance.
Oh, on my allegiance. Mark you that. On my allegiance, eh? On my allegiance, sir. He is in love. With who? Oh, that is your grace's part. Mark you how short his answer is? With Hero, Leonata's short daughter.
If this were so were it uttered.
Oh, like the old tale, my lord. 'Tis so, nor 'twas not so. But so indeed, it should be so.
Well, if you love her, then cherish it, for the lady is very well worthy.
What?
Speakest to fetch me in, my lord.
By my troth, I speak my thought.
And, in faith, I spoke mine.
And by my 2 faiths and my trots, I spoke mine.
That I love her, I feel.
That she is worthy, I know.
That I neither know how she should be loved or feel how she should be worthy is the opinion that fire cannot melt out of me. I will die in it at the stake.
Thou wert ever an obstinate heretic and a despot of beauty.
That never could maintain his heart within the force of his will.
That a woman conceived me, I thank her. That she brought me up, I likewise give her most humble thanks. But that I should have a retreat winded in my forehead, or hang my bugle in an invisible baldric? Ugh. All women shall pardon me, for I will not do them the wrong to mistrust any. I will do them the right to trust none. And so is fine. I may go the finer. I will live a bachelor.
I will see thee, ere I die, look pale with love.
With anger, with hunger, with sickness, my lord, not with love.
Well, if ever thou should fall from his faith, That will make a notable argument.
If I do, hang me in a bottle like a cat, huh? And have everyone that shoot at me and he that hit me be clapped on the shoulder and called Adam.
Nay, if Cupid had not spent all his quiver in Venice, thou wilt quake for this shortly.
Oh, I look for an earthquake too then.
Well, you temporize with the hours. In the meantime, repair thee to Leonata's. Commend me to her, and tell her that I shall not fail her at supper, for she hath made great preparation.
I have matter in me for such an embassage. Ere you flout old ends, examine your conscience, and so I leave you.
My liege, your highness now may do me good.
My love is thine to teach, and teach it but how. And thou shalt see how apt it is to learn any hard lesson that would do thee good.
Hath Leonata any son, my lord?
None but Hero. She is her only heir. Dost thou affect her, Claudio?
Oh, my lord, when you went onward on this ended action, I looked upon her with a soldier's eye, that liked, but had a rougher task in hand than to drive liking to the name of love. Oh, but now I'm returned, and war thoughts have left their places vacant. In their rooms come thronging soft and delicate desires, all prompting me to how fair young Hero is. Saying I liked her ere I went to wars.
Thou wilt be like a lover presently, and tire the hearer with a book of words. If thou loves her, then cherish it, and I will break with her and with her mother, and thou shalt have her. Was not to this end that thou beganst to spin so fine a story?
How sweetly you do minister to love, that no loves grief by his complexion.
I know we shall have reveling tonight. I will assume thy part in some disguise, and tell fair Hero that I am Claudio, and in her bosom I'll unclasp my heart, and hold her hearing prisoner with the force and strong encounter of my amorous tale. Then to her mother will I break, and the conclusion shall be, she shall be thine. In practice, let us put it presently.
What the good year, my lord? Why are you thus out of measure sad?
There is no measure in the occasion that breeds, therefore the sadness is without limit.
You should hear reason.
And when I have heard it, what blessing brings it?
If not a present remedy, then at least a patient sufferance.
I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause and smile at no man's jest. Eat when I have stomach and wait for no man's leisure. Sleep when I am drowsy and tend on no man's business. Laugh when I am merry and claw no man in his humor.
Yea, but you mustn't make the full show of this till you may do it without controlment. You have of late stood out against your brother, and he hath ta'en you newly into his grace. Where it is impossible you should take true root, but by the fair weather you make yourself. It is needful that you frame the season for your own harvest.
I'd rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace. And it better fits my blood to be disdained of all than to fashion a carriage to rob love from any. In this, though, it cannot be said that I'm a flattering, honest man. It must not be denied, but I am a plain dealing villain. I am entrusted with a muzzle and enfranchised with a clog. Therefore, I decreed not to sing in my cage. If I had my mouth, I would bite. If I had my liberty, I would do my liking. In the meantime, let me be that I am, and seek not to alter me.
Can you make no use of your discontent?
I make all use of it for I use it only. Who comes here? What news, Baraccio?
Oh, I come yonder from a great supper. The prince, your brother, is royally entertained by Leonata, and I can give you intelligence of an intended wedding.
Will it serve any model to build mischief on? What is he for a fool to betroth himself to unquietness?
Marriott is your brother's right hand.
Who, the most exquisite Claudio?
Even he.
A proper squire. And who? And who? Which way looks he?
Marry on Hero, the daughter and heir of Leonata.
A very forward march chick. How came you to this?
Being entertained for a perfumer. As I was smoking a musty room, comes me the prince and Claudio hand in hand in sad conference. I whipped me behind the arras, and there I heard it agreed upon that the prince should woo Hero for himself, and then having obtained her, give her to Count Claudio.
Come, let us thither. This may prove food to my displeasure. That young startup hath all the glory to my overthrow. If I can cross him any way, I bless myself every way. You are both sure and will assist me.
Oh, to the death, my lord.
Come, let us to the great supper. Their cheer is the greater I am subdued. Would the cook were of my mind. Shall we go prove what is to be done?
We will wait upon your lordship.
Was not Count John here at supper?
I saw him not. How tartly that gentleman looks. I never can see him, but I'm heartburned an hour after.
He's of a very melancholy disposition.
He were an excellent man that were made just at the midway between him and Benedict. The one is too like an image and says nothing. The other is too like my lady's eldest son, ever more tattling.
By my troth, niece, thou will never get thee a husband if thou be so shrewd of thy tongue.
In faith, she's too cursed. Too cursed is more than cursed. I shall lessen God sending that way. For it is said, God sends a cursed cow short horns, but to a cow too cursed, none.
So, too cursed, God shall send you no horns.
Just if he send me no husband, for the which blessing I'm at him upon my knees every morning and evening. Lord, I cannot endure a husband with a beard on his face. I had rather lie in the woolen.
You may light on a husband that hath no beard.
And what would I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him my waiting gentlewoman? He that hath a beard is more than a youth. He that has no beard is less than a man. He that is more than a youth is not for me. And he that is less than a man, I am not for him.
Well, niece, I trust you will be ruled by your mother.
Yes, Faith, it is my cousin's duty to make curtsy and say, Mother,
As it please you.
but yet, for all that, cousin, let him be a handsome fellow, or else make another curtsy and say, Mother, as it please me.
Well, niece, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Oh, not till God make men of some other metal than earth. Would it not grieve a woman to be overmastered by a piece of valiant dust? To make an account of her life to a clod of wayward marl? No, Aunt, I'll none.
Cousin, you apprehend passing shrewdly.
I have a good eye, Aunt. I can see a church by daylight.
The revelers are entering. Sister, make her through.
Lady, would you walk about with the prince?
So you walk softly and look sweetly and say nothing. I'm yours for the walk, especially when I walk away.
With me by your side,
I may say so when I please.
and when please you to say so.
When I like your favor, for God defend the loot to be like the case.
My visor is like Philemon's roof within the house of Jove.
Why then your visor should be thatched?
If speak low, if you speak love.
Oh, well, I would you did like me.
So would not I for your own sake, for I have many ill qualities.
Well, which is one?
I say my prayers aloud.
Oh, I love you all the more.
Oh.
Let the hearers cry, amen.
Oh, God, match me with a good dancer.
Oh, amen.
And God, keep him out of my sight when the dance is done. Answer, clerk.
Oh, no more words. The clerk is answering.
Oh!
Oh, I know you well enough. You are Madame Antonia.
At your word, I am not.
Oh, I know you by the waggling of your head.
To tell you true, I counterfeit her.
Oh, you could never do the lady such harm unless you were the very lady. Here is your dry hand up and down. You are her, you are her.
At your word, I am not.
Do you think I do not know you by your excellent wit? Convert you, kind itself. Go to, Mum, you are her. Graces will appear, and there's an end.
Will you not tell me who told you so?
No! Not now!
Nor will you not tell me who you are?
Nay, you will pardon me.
That I was deceived wit from 100 Merry Tales? Or this was Signor Benedict that said so?
What is he?
Oh, I'm sure you know him well enough.
Nay, not I.
Did he never make you laugh?
I pray you, what is he?
He is the prince's jester. A very dull fool. Only his gift is in devising impossible slanders. None but liberties delighted him. And the commendation is not in his wit, but in his villainy. For he both pleases men and angers them. And then they laugh at him and feed him.
When I know that I'll tell him what you say.
You'll have to break a comparison or two on me, I think. We must follow the leaders.
In every good thing?
Nay, if they lead to any ill, I will leave them at the next turning.
You're my brother, Edison Hero. I have withdrawn my mother to break with her about it. The ladies follow, but one advisor remains.
And that is Claudio. I know him by his bearing.
Are not you, Signor Benedict?
You know me well. I am he.
Signor, you are very near my brother in his love. He is enamored on Hero. I pray you dissuade him from her. She is no equal for his birth, and you would do the part of an honest man in it.
How know you that he loves her?
I heard him swear his affection.
Oh, and so did I, too. And he swore he would marry her tonight.
Come, let us to the great supper.
Thus answer I in the name of Benedict. But hear these ill news with the ears of Claudio. 'Tis certain so. The prince woos for himself. Friendship is constant in all things save in the office and affairs of love. Therefore, all hearts in love use their own tongues. Let every eye negotiate for itself and trust no agent. For beauty is a witch against whose charms faith melteth into blood. This is an accident of hourly proof, which I mistrusted not. Farewell, therefore, hero.
Count Claudio?
Yea, the same.
The prince hath got your hero, huh?
I wish him joy of her.
Ooh, they're spoken like an honest drove here, so they sell bullocks, but did you think the prince would have served you thus?
Pray you, leave me.
Oh, now you strike like the blind man. 'Twas the boy that stole your meat, huh? And now you'll beat the post.
Will not be. I'll leave you.
Oh, alas, poor hurt fowl. Now will he creep into sedges. But that my lady Beatrice should know me and not know me, the prince's fool. Well, it may be that I go by such a title because I am merry, yea, but I am apt to do myself wrong. I am not so ill reputed. It is the base and bitter disposition of Beatrice that so puts the world into her person and puts me out. Well, I'll be revenged as I may.
Now, Signor, where is the Count? Did you see him?
By my troth, my lord, I did play the part of Lady Fame. I found him here, as sullen as a warren in a lodge. I did tell him, and I think I told him true, that you had got the goodwill of this young lady.
Well, Lady Beatrice hath a quarrel to you. The gentleman that she danced with told her she was much wronged by you.
Oh? She misused me past the endurance of a block. She told me, not knowing I had been myself, that I was the prince's jester. Huh? duller than a great thaw, hurtling jest upon jest with such impossible conveyance that I stood like a man at mark, with a whole army shooting at me. She speaks poignards, and every word stabs. If her breath were as terrible as her terminations, there would be no living near her. She would infect the North Star. I would not marry her if she were so endowed with all that Adam had before he transgressed. Come, talk not of her. I would some distant scholar conjure her. For truly, a man may live as quiet in hell as in a sanctuary, and people sin upon purpose so they can go thither. All disquiet, horror, and perturbation follow her.
Oh, look, here she comes.
Yeah! Do you have any voyage to the world's end of which to send me on? I will fetch you a toothpicker from the furthest inch of Asia, get you the length of Prester John's foot, pluck you a hair from the great Chan's beard. Do you have any embassage to the Pygmies? Rather than hold 3 words conference with this harpy? You have no employment for me.
None, but to desire your good company.
Oh, 'tis a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue.
Come, lady, you have lost the heart of Signor Benedict.
Yea, my lord, he lent it me a while, and I gave him use for it. A double heart for his single one, married once before he won it of me with false dice. Therefore, your grace may well say I have lost it.
You put him down, lady. You put him down.
So I would not he should do me, my lord, lest I should prove the mother of fools. I have brought Count Claudio, whom you sent me to seek.
How now, Count? Wherefore are you sad?
Not sad, my lord.
How then? Sick?
Neither, my lord.
The Count is neither sad nor sick, nor merry nor well, but civil, Count, civil as an orange, and something of a jealous complexion.
And faith, lady, I think you're blazing to be true. Although, if he be so, his conceit is false. Here, Claudio, I have wooed in thy name, and fair hero is won. I have broke with her mother, and her goodwill is obtained. Name the day of marriage, and God give thee joy.
Count, take of me my daughter, and with her my fortunes. His grace hath made the match, and all grace say amen to it.
Speak, Count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is but the perfectest herald of joy. I were but little happy if I could say how much. Lady, as you are mine, I am yours. I give away myself for you and dote upon the exchange.
Speak, cousin, or if you cannot stop his mouth with a kiss and let not him speak neither.
In faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
Ah, yea, my lord, I thank it. Poor fool. It keeps on the windy side of care. My cousin tells him in his ear that he is in her heart.
So she doth, cousin.
Good Lord for alliance. Thus goes everyone to the world but I, and I am sunburnt. I may sit in a corner and cry, hey ho for a husband.
Lady Beatrice, I will get you one.
I would rather have one of your father's getting. Hath your grace ne'er a brother? Like you? Your father got excellent husbands if a maid could come by them.
Would you have me, lady?
No. Unless I might have another for working days. Your grace is too costly to wear every day. I beseech your grace pardon me. I was born to speak all mirth and no matter.
Your silence most offends me. but to be merry most becomes you, for out of question you were born in a merry hour.
No, sure. My mother cried. And then a star was born and danced, and there I was, and yay! Cousins, God give you joy!
Niece, will you look to those things I told you of?
I pray you mercy, Aunt. By your grace's pardon.
By my troth, a very spirited lady.
There is little of the melancholy element in her, my lord. She is never sad but when she sleeps, and not ever sad then. For I have heard my daughter say she has often dreamt of unhappiness and waked herself with laughing.
She cannot endure hear tell of a husband.
Oh, my lord, no. She mocks all her wooers out of suit.
She were an excellent wife for Benedict.
Oh, Lord, my lord, if they were but a week married, they would talk themselves mad.
How now, Count? When mean you to go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord.
Not till Monday, my dear son.
You shake your head, it's so long to breathing. I warrant thee, Claudio, time will not go dully by us. In the interim, I shall undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring Signor Benedict and Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection, one with the other. I would fain see it a match, and I doubt not but to fashion it if you three would but administer such assistance as I shall give you direction.
My lord, I am for you, though it cost me 10 nights' watchings.
And I, my lord.
And you too, good hero.
I will do any modest office, my lord, to help my cousin to a good husband.
Benedict is not the unhopefulest husband that I know.
No.
Thus far can I praise him. He is of a noble strain, of approved valor and confirmed honesty. I will teach you how to humor your cousin, so that she will fall in love with Benedict. And I, with your two helps, shall so practice on Benedict that, in spite of his quick wit and his queasy stomach, shall fall in love with Beatrice. If we can do this, then Cupid is no longer an archer. His glory shall be ours, for we will be the only love gods. Go in with me and I'll tell you my drift.
It is so. The Count Claudio shall marry the daughter of Leonata.
I can still cross it, my lord.
Any bar, any cross, any impediment shall be medicinable to me. I am sick in displeasure to him, and whatsoever cometh toward his affection ranges evenly with mine. How canst thou cross this marriage?
Well, not honestly, my lord, but so covertly that no dishonesty will appear in me.
Show me briefly how.
Well, I think I told your lordship a year since how much I am in the favor of Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman to hero.
I remember.
I can, at any unseasonable instance of the night, appoint her to look out her lady's chamber window.
What life is in that to be the death of this marriage?
The poison in that lies in you to temper. Go to the prince, your brother. Spare not to tell him that he has wronged his honor in marrying the renowned Claudio, whose estimation you do mightily hold up, to a contaminated stale, such one as Hero. Yeah.
What proof shall I make of that?
Proof enough to misuse the prince, to vex Claudio, to undo Hero, to kill Leonata. Look you to any other issue?
Only to despite them I will endeavor anything.
Good. Go then, find me a meet hour to draw Don Pedro and the Count Claudio alone. Tell them that you know that Hero loves me. Intend a kind of zeal to both the prince and Claudio as, in love of my brother's honor, who hath made this match, and to his friend's reputation, who is thus like to be cousin to the semblance of a maid, and that you have discovered thus. And they will scarcely believe this without trial. Offer them instances, which shall bear no less likelihood than to see me in the lady's chamber window. Hear me call Margaret Hero. Hear Margaret term me, oh, Claudio! I'll bring them to see this the very night before the marriage, for in the meantime, I will so fashion the matter that Hero will be absent. And there shall show such seeming truth in heroes' disloyalty, that jealousy will be called assurance, and all the preparations overthrown.
Grow this to what adverse issue it can. I will put it in practice. Be you cunning in the working this, and thy fee is 1,000 ducats.
Be you constant in your accusation, and my cunning will not shame me.
I will presently go learn their day of marriage.
Boy! Signor!
On my chamber window lies a book. Go, bring it hither.
I'm here already, sir.
I know. I would have thee hence and here again. I do but wonder how one man, seeing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he hath laughed at such shallow follies in others, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. And such a man is Claudio. I didn't know when there was no music in him but the drum and the fife. Now would he rather hear the tabor or the pipe? I didn't know when he would walk 10 miles afoot to see a good armor. And now will he lie 10 nights awake, carving the fashion of a new doublet. He was wont to speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier. Now is he turned orthography. His words a very fantastical banquet, just so many strange dishes. What? May I be so converted that I see with these eyes? Ooh, I cannot tell. I think not. I will not be so sworn, but love may transform me to an oyster. But I will take my oath on it. Until he hath made an oyster of me, he will not make me such a fool. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is virtuous, yet I am well. Another is wise, yet I am well. But until all graces come in a single woman, no woman shall come in my grace. Rich she'll be, that's certain. Wise or I'll none. Virtuous or I'll never cheapen her. Noble or if I not for an angel. Of good discourse and excellent musician and her hair. Her hair shall be whatever color it please God. The prince and Monsieur Love. I'll hide me in the arbor.
Come, let us hear this music.
Yea, my good lord. All still this evening is hushed on purpose to grace harmony.
See you where Benedict hid himself?
Oh, very well, my lord. When the music ended, we'll put the kid fox with a pennyworth.
Come, Balthazar, we'll hear that song again.
Oh, good my lord, tax not so bad a voice to slender music any more than once.
It is the witness still of excellency to put a strange face on his own perfection. Come, sing, and let me woo no more.
Because you talk of wooing, I will sing. Since many a wooer doth commence his suit to her, he thinks not worthy, yet he woos, yet will he swear he loves.
I pray thee, sing, or if thou wilt hold longer argument, do so in notes.
Note this before my notes. There's not a note of mine that's worth the noting.
Why, these are very crotchets that he speaks. Notes, notes, forsooth, and nothing.
Oh, Now divine air, now is the soul ravishing. Is it not strange that men's guts shall hail souls from their bodies? Well, a hoard for my money when all's done.
Sigh no more, ladies, sigh no more. Men are deceivers ever. 1 foot in sea and 1 on shore. If one thing constant never. Then sigh not so, but let them go. And be you by them money. Hurting all your sounds of woe.
Hey, naughty, naughty.
Sing no more, Kitty, sing no more. Not so dull and heavy. The fraud of men was ever so. Since I was inside my soul and let it go. Indeed, you lie the body. Hurting all your sounds of woe.
Hey, naughty, naughty. Hey, naughty, naughty. Hey, naughty,
Why I drop a good song?
And an ill singer, my lord.
Nay, nay, thou singest well enough for a shift.
He would have been a dog if he would have howled thus.
Come, Balthazar, give us some excellent music for tomorrow night. We shall have it at the Lady Hero's chamber window.
The best I can, my lord.
Do so. Farewell. Come hither, Leonata. What was it you told me of today that your niece Beatrice was in love with Signor Benedict?
Oh, I. Stock on the foul sits. I did never think that lady would have loved any man.
No, nor I neither, but most wonderful that she should so dote on Signor Benedict, whom she hath in all outward behaviors ever seemed to abhor.
Is possible? Sits the wind in that corner?
By my troth, my lord, I cannot tell what to think of it, but that she loves him with an enraged affection. It is past the infinite of thought.
Maybe she doth but counterfeit.
Faith, like enough.
Oh God, counterfeit. There was never counterfeit of passion came so near the life of passion as she discovers it.
Why, what effects of passion shows she?
Bait the hook well. This fish will bite.
What effects, my lord? She will sit you. You heard my daughter tell you how?
Oh, she did indeed.
How, I pray you? You amaze me. I would have thought that her spirit were invincible against all assaults of affection.
As would I, my lord, especially against Benedict.
You've taken the infection. Hold it up.
Has she made her affection known to Benedict?
No, and swears she never will. That's her torment.
'Tis true indeed. So your daughter says, shall I, says she, that if so oft encountered him with scorn, write to him that I love him?
This she will say as she is up to write him a sheet of paper. My daughter says so, for she will write him 20 times a night, and there she will sit in a smock till she hath writ a sheet of paper.
Oh, now you talk of a sheet of paper. I remember a pretty jest your daughter told us of.
That when she had writ it and was reading it over, she found Benedict and Beatrice between the sheets.
Oh, that.
Oh, she tore it into 1,000 halfpence, railed at herself that she should be so immodest as to write to one she knew would flout her. I measure him, says she, by my own spirit, for I should flout him if he writ to me, yea, though I love him, I should.
Then down upon her knees she falls, weeps, sobs, beats her heart, tears her hair, prays, curses. Oh, sweet Benedict, God give me patience.
She doth indeed. My daughter says so, and the ecstasy has so much overborne her that my daughter is sometimes afeard she'll do a desperate outrage to herself. It is very true.
Maybe it were good he'd learn of it from some other, if she will not discover it.
To what end? He would make but a sport of it and torment the poor lady worse.
And he should, for it were almost to hang him. That she were an excellent sweet lady, and out of all suspicion, she is virtuous,
and she's exceeding wise.
in all things but in loving Benedict.
Oh, my Lord, wisdom and blood combated in so tender a body. We have 10 troops to one that blood hath the victory. I am sorry for her having just cause, being her aunt and her guardian.
I would she had bestowed this dotage on me. I would have daffed all other respects, made her half myself. I pray you, let us tell Benedict of it and hear what he would say.
We're good, think you?
Oh, the hero thinks surely she will die. For she says she will die if he love her not. And she will die ere she make her love known. And she will die if he woo her, rather than she obey one breath of her accustomed process.
Signor!
She
I
does.
have your book.
Shoot!
She
Shoot!
does well, should she make tender of her love, 'tis no doubt that he'll scorn it, for the man you know all hath a contemptible spirit.
He is a very proper man.
He indeed hath a very outward happiness.
Before God and in my mind, very wise.
He doth indeed show some sparks that are like wit.
And I take him to be valiant.
As Hector, I assure you, for in the managing of quarrels, you can say that he is wise, for he either avoids them with great discretion, or undertakes them with the most Christian-like fear.
If he do fear God, he must necessarily keep the peace. If he break the peace, he ought to enter into a quarrel with fear and trembling.
Well, I am sorry for your niece. Should we go and tell Benedict of her love?
Oh, never tell him, my lord. Let her wear it out with good counsel.
Nay, that's impossible. She may wear her heart out first.
Well, we will hear more of it from your daughter. In the meantime, I love Benedict well, and I could wish that the man would modestly examine himself to see how much he is unworthy so good a lady.
My lord, will you walk? Dinner is ready.
Do not dote on her upon me. I will never trust my expectations.
Let the same net be spread for her, and that must your daughter and her gentlewomen carry. The sport will be when one holds another's opinion of the other's dotage. With no such matter, that is a scene I would see, which will be merely a dumb show. Let us send her in to call him to dinner.
This can be no trick. The conference is sadly born. They have the truth of it from Hero. They seem to pity the lady. It seems their affections have her full bent. Love me? Why? It must be requited. I hear how I am censured. They say I will bear myself proudly if I do perceive the love come from her. They say too, she would rather die than show any outward sign of affection. Oh, I did never think to marry. I must not seem proud. Happy are they that can hear their detractions and put them to mending. They say the lady is fair. 'Tis true. I can bear them witness. And virtuous, 'tis so, I cannot reprove it. And wise, oh, wise, but for loving me. By my argument, it is no great argument to her wit, nor a great testament of her folly, for I will be horribly in love with her. I may chance have some quirks and remnants of wit broken on me because I have so long railed against marriage, but doth not the appetite alter? A man loves the meat in his youth that he cannot endure in his age. Shall these quips and sentences and paper bullets of the brain awe a man from the career of his humor? No! The world must be peopled! Oh, when I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think I would live till I were married. Oh, by my troth, it is Beatrice. Oh, she is a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her. Hey.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come into dinner.
Well, but my lady Beatrice, I thank you for your pains.
I take no more pains for those thanks than you take pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
Oh, you take pleasure in the message then.
Yeah, just so much as you may take upon a nice point and choke a doll withal.
Yeah.
You have no stomach, senor? Very well.
I took no more pains than you took pains to thank me? Ooh, there's a double meaning in that. That's as easy to say as any pains I take for thee are as easy as thanks. Oh, if I do not pity her, I am a villain. If I do not love her, I am a fool! Oh, I will go get her picture.
Good Margaret, run thee to the parlor. There shalt thou find my cousin Beatrice reposing with the prince and Claudia. Whisper her ear and tell her I and Ursula walk in the orchard, and our whole discourse is all of her. Say that thou overheardst us, and bid her steal into the pleach bower. Fare thee well in it, and leave us alone.
I will make her come. I warrant you presently.
Now, Ursula, when Beatrice doth come, as we do trace this alley up and down, our talk must only be of Benedict. When I do name him, let it be thy part to praise him, more than ever man did merit. My talk to thee must be how Benedict is sick in love with Beatrice. Of this matter is little Cupid's crafty arrow made, that only wounds by hearsay. Now begin. For look, where Beatrice, like a lapwing, runs close by the ground to hear a conference. No, truly, Ursula, she is too disdainful. I know her spirits are as coy and wild as haggards of the rock.
But are you sure Benedict loves Beatrice so entirely?
So says the prince and my new troth lord.
And did they bid you tell her of it, madam?
They did entreat me to acquaint her of it, but I persuaded them, if they loved Benedict, to wish him Russell with affection and to never let Beatrice know of it.
Oh, why did you so? Does not the gentleman deserve as full, as fortunate a bed as ever Beatrice shall count upon?
Oh, God of love, I know he doth deserve as much as may be yielded to a man. Beatrice.
What?
Disdain and scorn ride sparkling in her eyes, misprizing what they look on, and her wit values itself so highly that to her all matter else seems weak. She cannot love, nor take no shape, nor project of affection. She is so self-endeared.
Sure. I think so. Therefore, certainly, it were good that the lady knew not of the gentleman's love, lest she make sport at it.
Why, you speak truth. I never yet saw a man. How wise, how noble, young, how rarely featured. But she would spell him backwards. If fair-faced, she would swear the gentleman should be her sister. If tall, a lance, ill-headed. If low, an abbot, very vilely cut. If speaking, why, a vein blown with all winds. If silent, why, a block moved with none. So turns she every man the wrong side out, and never gives the truth and virtue of which simpleness and merit purchaseth.
Sure, such carping is not commendable.
No, not to be so odd and from all fashions as Beatrice is, cannot be commendable. But who dare tell her so? If I should speak, she would mock me into air. Oh, she would laugh me out of myself, caress me to death with wit. Therefore, like Benedict, like covered fire, consume away in sighs, waste inwardly.
Yet tell her of it. Hear what she will say.
No, rather I will go to Benedict and counsel him to fight against his passion, and truly I'll devise some honest slander to sustain my cousin with. One doth not know how much an ill word may empoison liking.
Do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot be without so much true judgment, having so swift and excellent a wit as she is prized to have, as to refuse so rare a gentleman as Signor Benedict.
Indeed, he hath an excellent good name. He is the only man of Italy, always accepted my dear Claudio.
I pray thee. Be not angry with me, madam, speaking my fancy. Signor Benedict, for shape, for bearing, for argument and valor, goes foremost throughout Italy.
Indeed, he hath an excellent good name.
His excellence did earn his name before he had it. When are you married, madam?
Why, every day, tomorrow. Come, go in, I'll show thee some attires, and have thy counsel on which is the best to furnish me tomorrow.
She's lying. I warrant you, madam, we've caught her.
If it proves so, then loving goes by hats. Some cupids kill with arrows, some with traps.
What fire is in mine ears? Can this be true? Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much? Contempt? Farewell. And maiden pride, adieu. No glory lives behind the back of such. And Benedict? Love on. I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand. If thou dost love, my kindness will incite thee to bind our loves up in a holy band. For others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it better than reportingly.
I do stay, but until your marriage be consummate, and then go I toward Aragon.
I'll bring you thither, my lord, if you'll vouchsafe me.
Nay, that would be as great a soil on the new gloss of your marriage as to show a child his new coat and forbid him to wear it. No, I will only be bold with Benedict for his company, for from the crown of his head to the sole of his feet, he is all mirth. He hath twice or thrice cut Cupid's bowstring, and the little hangman dare not shoot at him. His heart is as sound as a bell, and his tongue the clapper. For what his heart thinks, his tongue speaks.
Gallants, I am not as I've been.
So say I. Methinks you are sadder.
I hope he be in love.
Hang him, truant. There is no true drop of blood in him to be truly in love. If he is sad, He wants money.
I have a toothache.
Draw it.
Hang it.
You must hang it first and draw it afterwards.
Well, only one can master grief, but he who has it, huh?
Yet say I, he is in love.
Hath any man seen him at the barber's?
Indeed, he looks younger than he did by the loss of a beard.
Nay, he rubs himself in civet. Can you not smell him out by it?
That's as much to say, the sweet youth's in love.
The greatest note of it is in his melancholy.
And when was he wont to wash his face?
That tells a heavy tale for him. Conclude, he is in love.
Nay, but I know who loves him.
As do I warrant thee, one who knows him not.
Yes, and his ill conditions, and in despite of all, dies for him.
Well, is this no charm for the toothache? Madam, walk with me a while. I have studied 8 or 9 wise words that these hobby horses should not hear.
Oh, to break with him about Beatrice.
'Tis even so. Hero and Margaret have by this played their parts with Beatrice, and then the 2 bears will not bite one another when they meet.
My lord and brother, God save you.
Good day, brother.
If your leisure served, I would speak with you.
In private.
If it please you. Yet Count Claudio may hear, for what I would speak of concerns him.
Why, what's the matter?
Means your lordship to be married tomorrow.
You know he does.
I know not that, when he knows what I know.
If there be any impediment, I pray you discover it.
What's the matter?
I came hither to tell you, and circumstances shortened, for she had been too long a talking of. The lady is disloyal.
Who? Hero?
Even she. Your hero, Leonato's hero, every man's hero.
Disloyal?
The word is too good to paint out her wickedness. I could say she were worse. Think you a worse word, and I shall fit her to it. Go but with me tonight, and I shall show you her chamber window entered, even the night before her wedding day. If you love her then, tomorrow wed her. But it would better fit your honor to change your mind.
This be so?
I will not think it.
If you trust not that you see, confess not that you know. Go but with me tonight, and I will show you enough. And when you have heard more and seen more, proceed accordingly.
If I see anything tonight, why I should not marry her tomorrow in the congregation, where I should wed, there will I shame her.
And as I went in with you to obtain her, so shall I join you to disgrace her.
I will disparage her no farther until you are my witnesses. Bear it coldly but till midnight, and let the issue show itself.
O day untowardly turned.
And mischief strangely thwarting.
O plague right well prevented. So will you say when you've seen the sequel. What?
Are you good men and true? Yea, or else it were pity but they should suffer salvation, body and soul.
Nay, that were a punishment too good for them if they should have any allegiance in them, being chosen for the prince's watch.
Well, give them their charge, neighbor Dogberry.
First, who think you the most desertless man to be constable?
Hugh Oatcake, sir, or George Sequel. For we can write and read.
Come hither, neighbor Sequel. God hath blessed you with a good name. To be a well-favored man is a gift of fortune, but to write and read comes by nature.
Both which, Master Constable?
You have, I knew, to be your answer. Well, for your favor, sir, why give God thanks, and for your writing and reading, well, let that appear when there is no need of such vanity. You are thought here to be the most senseless and fit man for constable, therefore bear you the lantern. This is your charge. You shall comprehend all vagrom man. You are to bid any man stand in the prince's name.
How if they will not stand?
Why then take no note of them, but let them go, and presently call the rest of the watch together. Thank God you are rid of an A.
If he will not stand when he is bidden, he is none of the prince's subjects.
True, and they are to meddle with none but the prince's subjects. You are to make no noise in the streets, for the watch to babble and talk is most tolerable and not to be endured.
We will rather sleep. This talk we know it belongs to a watch.
You speak like an ancient and most quiet watchman, for I cannot see how sleeping should offend. Only take care your bills be not stolen. You are to call on all the alehouses and bid those that are drunk there get them to bed.
How if they will not?
Then let them alone until they are sober. If they make you not, then the better answer. You can say that they're not the men you took them for.
Well, sir.
Well, sir.
If you meet a thief, you may suspect him by virtue of your office to be no true man. And for such kind of men, the less you meddle or make with them, why, the more is for your honesty.
You have always been called a merciful man, partner.
If we know him to be a thief, shall we not lay hands on him?
By your office, you may, but I think those that touch pitch shall be defiled. The more peaceable way, if you do take a thief, is to let him show himself for what he is and steal out of your company. But I would not hang a dog by my name, much more any man with any honesty in him.
If you hear a child cry in the night, you must call to the nurse and bid her still it.
How if the nurse be asleep and will not hear us?
Why, then, depart in peace. For and let the child wake her with crying, for the ewe that will not hear the lamb when it baws will not hear the calf when he bleats.
'Tis very true.
This is the end of your charge. You, constable, shall present the prince's own person. If you meet the prince in the night, you may stay him.
Nay, by our lady, I think you cannot.
5 shillings to 1 on it, with any man that knows the statutes. He may stay him, only if the prince be willing. For the watch ought not to offend, and it is an offense to stay a man against his will.
My lady, I think it be so.
Ha ha! Well, masters, good night. And if any matter of weight chance, call me up. Keep your fellows' counsel and your own. Good night. Come, neighbor.
Well, master, we hear our charge. Let us sit here on the church bench till 2, and then all to bed.
One word more, honest neighbors. Pray watch Lady Leonarda's door for the wedding being there tomorrow. There's a great coil Adieu. Be vigilant, I beseech you.
What's going on? Conrad! Conrad? Conrad!
Stir not.
Conrad, I say!
Here, man, I am at thy elbow.
Oh, and my elbow itched. I thought there would a scab follow.
I will owe thee an answer for that. Now, forward with thy tale.
And come thee close then, and I will, like a true drunkard, utter all to thee.
Some treason, master, that stand close.
Therefore know that I have earned of Don John 1,000 ducats.
Is it possible any villainy could be so dear?
Well, I should rather ask if it were possible that any villainy could be so rich. For when rich villains have need of poor ones may make what price they will, huh?
I wonder at it.
That shows thou art unconfirmed. Thou knowest that the fashion of a doublet or a hat or a cloak is nothing to a man.
Yes, it is apparel.
I mean the fashion.
Yes, the fashion is the fashion.
Tush, I may as well say the fool's the fool. But dost thou not see what a deformed thief this fashion is?
I know that form is the vile thief this 7 year. Goes up and down like a gentleman. I remember his name.
Dost thou not hear somebody? See, I say, what a deformed thief this fashion is.
All this I see, and I see that the fashion wears out more of the apparel than the man.
Yeah.
But art not thou thyself giddy with the fashion too, that thou'st shifted out of thy tale into telling me of the fashion?
Oh, not so, neither. But know that I have tonight wooed Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman to Hero, by the name of Hero. Oh, she leans me out her lady's chamber window, bids me 1,000 times good night. I tell this tale vilely. I should first tell thee how the prince and Claudio and my master, how they planted and placed and possessed by my master Don John, saw far off in the orchard this whole amiable encounter.
And thought they Margaret was Hero.
Two of them did. The prince and Claudio, but the devil my master knew that it was Margaret, and partly by his oaths, which did first possess them, and partly by the dark night that did deceive them, but chiefly by my villainy, which did confirm any slander that Don John had made. Away went Claudio enraged, swore that he would meet her as appointed the next morning at the temple, and there, before the whole congregation, shame Hero for what he saw the night before, and send her home again without a husband.
Whistle!
We charge you, in the prince's name, stand. Call forth the right master constable. Tell him that we have recovered here the most dangerous piece of lechery ever known in the Commonwealth.
And one deformed is one of them. I know him. He wears a lock.
Masters.
You'll be made to bring deformed forth, I warned you.
Masters.
Never speak. We charge you. Let us obey you to go with us.
We shall prove a goodly commodity being taken up in these men's bills.
A commodity in question, I warned you. Come, we will obey you.
I'm coming.
Good Ursula, wake my cousin Beatrice and desire her to rise.
I will, lady.
And bid her come hither.
Well, troth, I think your other necklace were better. cousin will say so.
My cousin's a fool, and thou art another. I'll wear none but this.
I like the tire within excellently, if the hair were thought browner. And your gown's a most rare fashion, I faith. I saw the Duchess of Milan's gown that they praise so.
God give me joy to wear it, for my heart's exceeding heavy.
'Twill be heavier soon by the weight of a man.
Fie upon thee! Art not ashamed?
Of what, lady? Of speaking honorably. Is there any harm in the heavier for a husband? None, I think, and it be the right husband and the right wife. Otherwise, 'tis light and not heavy. Ask my Lady Beatrice, else here she comes.
Good morrow, cuz.
Good morrow, sweet cousin.
Why, how now? Do you speak the sick tune?
I am all out of other tunes, methinks.
Claps into light of love, that goes without burden. Do you sing it, and I'll dance it.
Yea, let us up with your heels, then if your husband have stables enough, you shall see he lack no bar.
Oh, illegitimate construction. I scorn that with my heels.
Cousin, 'tis almost 5 o'clock, 'tis time you were ready. By my troth, I am exceeding ill.
For a hawk, a horse, or a husband?
For the letter that begins them all, H.
Well, if you not be turned Turk, there's no more sailing by the star.
Speaks the fool trial.
Nothing, but that God give everyone their heart's desire.
These gloves the Count sent me, they are an excellent perfume.
I'm stuffed, cousin, I cannot smell.
A maid and stuff, there's goodly catching a cold.
Oh, God help me. God help me, how long have you professed apprehension?
Even since you left it. What? Doth not my wit become me rarely?
Oh, it is not seen enough. You should wear it in your cap. Oh, by my troth, I'm sick.
Get you some of this distilled Cardus Benedictus and lay it to your heart. 'Tis the only thing for a qualm.
Oh, there that priest or the thistle.
Benedictus? Why, Benedictus? You have some moral in this Benedictus?
Moral? No, by my troth, I have no moral meaning. I meant plain holy thistle. You may think, perchance, that I think you are in love. Nay, by Our Lady, I am not such a fool to think what I list, nor I list not to think what I can. Indeed, I cannot think. If I were to think my heart out of thinking that you are in love, that you will be in love, that you can be in love. Yet Benedict was such another. He swore he would never marry. And now is he become a man. And despite his heart, he eats his meat without grudging. And how he may convert you, I know not. But methinks you look with your eyes as other women do.
What pace is this that thy tongue keeps?
Not a false gallop. Oh.
Madam, withdraw. The Prince, Claudio. Signor Benedict. Don John, and all the gallants of the land have come to take you to church.
Help to dress me, good cuz, good Meg, good Ursula.
What would you with me, neighbors?
Mary, my lady, I'd have some confidence with you that discerns you nearly.
What is it, be brief, I pray you, for you see it as a busy time with me.
Mary, that it is, my lady.
Indeed, madam, indeed it is.
Goodman Verges, my lady, is an old man, and his wits are not as blunt as, God help, I would desire that they were. Though in faith, as honest as the skin between his brows.
Yea, I thank God I'm as honest as any man living that is an old man and no honester than I.
Comparisons are odorous palavers, neighbor Burgess.
Neighbors, you are tedious.
It pleases your worship to say so. But we are the poor Duke's officers, and for my own part, if I were as tedious as a king, I would find it in my heart to bestow it all upon your worship.
All thy tediousness on me, eh?
Yea, 'twere 1,000 pounds more than it is, for I hear as good exclamation on your worship as any lady in the city. And will I be but a poor man? I am glad to hear it.
And so am I.
I would fain know what you have to say.
Mary, madam, our watch tonight, accepting your worship's presence, had ta'en a couple of us errant knaves as early in the cedar.
Oh, good old man, my lady, but he speaks as they say, when the age is in, the wit is out. God help us. Well said in faith, neighbor Burgess. God is a good man, and if two men ride of a horse, one must ride behind. An honest soul, my lady, by my troth as e'er broke bread. God is to be worshipped. All men are not alike, alas, poor neighbor.
Indeed, he comes too short of you.
Gifts that God gives.
I must leave you.
Wait a moment, my lady. We have indeed comprehended two auspicious persons, and we would have them examined this morning before your worship.
Take their examination yourself and bring it me. I am now in great haste, as it must appear unto you.
It shall be suffragance.
Drink some wine ere you go. Very well.
Madame, they stay for you to give your daughter to her husband.
I'll wait upon them. I'm ready.
Oh, good neighbor, go get you Francis Seacole and bid him bring his pen and inkhorn to the jail. We are to examination these men.
And we must do it wisely.
Yea, we will spare for no wit, I warrant you. This is that will drive some of them to the non-com. Now go get the learned writer to set down our excommunication.
And meet me at the jail.
Come, Friar Francis, be brief. Speak only to the plain form of marriage, and you may recount their particular duties to them afterwards.
You come hither, my lord, to be married to this lady?
No.
To be married to her, Friar, you come to marry her.
Lady, you come hither to be married to this count.
I do.
If either of you know of any inward impediment why you should not be conjoined, charge you on your souls to utter it.
Know you any, hero?
None, my lord.
Know you any, count?
I dare make his answer. None.
Oh, what men dare do. What men may do. What men daily do, not knowing what they do.
How now, interjections?
Stand ye by, friar. Mother, by your leave, will you with free and unconstrained soul give me this maid, your daughter?
As freely sent as God did give her me.
And what have I to give you back, whose worth may counterpoise this rich and precious gift?
None, unless you can render her again.
Sweet prince, learn me noble thankfulness. There, Leonardo, take her back again. Give not this rotten orange to your friend. She's but the sign and semblance of her honor. Oh, behold, how like a maid she blushes here. Oh, what authority and show of truth can cunning sin cover itself withal? Comes not that blood as modest evidence to witness simple virtue? Would you not swear, all you that see her, that she were a maid by these exterior shows? But she is none. She knows the heat of luxurious bed. Her blush is guiltiness, not modesty.
What do you mean, my lord?
Not to be married, not to knit my soul to an approved wanton.
Oh, dear my lord, if you in your own proof have vanquished the resistance of her youth and made defeat of her virginity.
I know what you will say. If I have known her, you will say that she did embrace me as a husband, and so extenuate the forehand sin. No, Leonata, I never tempted her with word too large, but as a brother to his sister, showed bashful sincerity and comely love.
And seemed I ever otherwise to you?
Out on thee, seeming! I will write against it. You seem to me as Diana in her orb, as chaste as a bud ere it be blown. But you are more intemperate in your blood than Venus, or those pampered animals that rage in savage sensuality.
Is my lord well that he doth speak so wide?
Sweet prince, why speak not you?
What should I speak? That have gone about to link my dear friend to a common stale.
Oh, are these words spoken, or do I but dream?
They are spoken, my lady, and these words are true.
This looks not like a nuptial.
True? Oh, God!
Leonardo, stand I here? Is this the prince? Is this the prince's brother? Is this face heroes? Are our eyes not our own?
All this is so, but what of this, my lord?
Let me but move one question to your daughter, and by that motherly and kindly power that you have in her, bid her answer truly.
Charge me do so, as thou art my child.
Oh, God, defend me! How am I beset? What kind of catechizing call you this?
Make you answer truly to your name.
Is it not Hero? Who can blot that name with any just reproach?
Mary, that can Hero. Hero itself can blot out Hero's virtue. What man was he talked with you yesterday out at your window betwixt 12 and 1? Now, if you are a maid, answer to this.
I talked with no man at that hour, my lord.
Well, then you are no maiden. Leonata, I am sorry you must hear. Upon mine honor, myself, my brother, and this grieved count did see her, hear her, at that late hour, talk with a ruffian at her chamber window who, like a most liberal villain, confessed the vile deeds they have had 1,000 times in secret.
Fie, my lord, they are not to be named, not to be spoke of. There is not chastity enough in language without offense to utter them. Thus, pretty lady, I am sorry for thy much misgovernment.
What hero hadst thou been, if half thy outward graces had been placed upon thy thoughts and counsels of thy heart? Most fare thee well, most foul, most fair. Farewell, thou pure and pining and pious purity. For thee I'll lock up all the gates of love, and on my eyelid shall conjecture hang, to turn all beauty into thoughts of harm, and never shall it be more gracious.
Hath no man's dagger here a point for me?
We're first sinking down.
Let us go. These things come us to light, smother her spirits up.
How doth the lady?
Dead, I think. Help, Aunt! Hero, why, Hero? Aunt! Signor Benedict Friar!
Oh, fate, take not away thy heavy hand. Death is the fairest cover for her shame that could be wished for.
Oh, no, cousin.
Have comfort, my lady.
Dost thou look up?
Wherefore should she not?
Wherefore? Doth not every earthly thing cry shame upon her? Can she here deny the story that is printed in her blood? Do not live, hero. Do not open thine eyes. She has fallen into a bit of ink that the white sea hath drops too few to wash her clean again, and salt too little to season her foul tainted flesh.
Madam, be patient. I myself am so attired in wonder, I know not what to
On my
say.
soul, my cousin is belied.
Lady, were you not her bedfellow last night?
No, truly not. Although until last night I have this 12-month been her bedfellow.
Confirmed! Confirmed! Oh, that is stronger mate that was before barred up with ribs of iron. Would the two princes lie, and Claudio lie, who loved her so that speaking of her foulness washed it with tears. Hence from her let her die!
Hear me a little, for I've only kept silent so long and given way into this course of fortune. By noting of the lady, I have marked 1,000 blushing apparitions to start into her face, 1,000 innocent shames that blot away these blushes, and in her eye there hath appeared a fire to burn the errors these princes hold against her maiden truth. Trust not my age, reverence, calling, nor divinity, if this sweet lady lie not guiltless here under some biting error.
Friar, it cannot be. She not denies it. Why seekest thou to cover up, excuse what appears in proper nakedness?
Lady, what man is he you are accused of?
They know that to accuse me. I know none. If I know more of any man alive than that which maiden modesty doth warrant, let all my sins lack mercy. O my mother, prove you that I converse with any man at hours unmeet, or that I yesternight maintained the chains of words with any creature. Refuse
and the princes.
Two of them have the very bent of honor, and if their wisdoms be misled in this, the practice of it lies in John the Bastard, whose spirits toil in frame of villainies.
I know not. If they speak but truth of her, these hands will tear her. If they wrong her honor, the proudest of them shall well hear of it.
Pause a while. Let my counsel sway you in this case. Your daughter here, the princess left for dead. Let her a while be secretly kept in, and publish it that she is dead indeed.
What will become of this? What will this do?
Marry, this well carried shall on her behalf change slander to remorse. That is some good. She dying, as it must be so maintained, upon the instant she was accused, shall be lamented, pitied, and excused of every hearer. For it so falls out that what we have, we value not the worth whilst we enjoy it, but being lacked and lost, why then we find the virtue that possession would not show us whilst it was ours. So shall it fare with Claudio. When he shall hear she died upon his words, then the idea of her life shall sweetly creep into his study of imagination. Then shall he mourn if ever love had interest in his liver, and wished he had not so accused her, no, even though he thought his accusation true.
My lady, let the friar advise you, and though you know my inwardness in love is very much unto the prince and Claudio, I will deal in this as secretly and justly as your soul should with your body.
Being that I flow in grief, the smallest twine may leave me.
'Tis well consented. Presently away, for to strange sores strangely they strain to cure. Come, lady, die to live. This wedding day perhaps is but prolonged. Have patience and endure.
My lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yea, and I will a while longer.
I will not desire that.
You have no reason. I do it freely.
Surely I do believe your fair cousin is wrong.
Oh, what might a man deserve of me that would right her?
Is there no way to show such friendship?
A very even way, but no such friend.
May a man do it?
It is a man's office, but not yours.
I do love nothing in the world so well as you. Is that not strange?
Strange is a thing I know not. It were as possible for me to say I love nothing so well as you. But believe me not, yet I lie not. I confess nothing, nor deny nothing. I am sorry for my cousin.
By my sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear that you love me, and I will make him eat it, that says I love not you.
Will you not eat your word?
With no sauce that could be devised to it. I protest. I love thee.
Why, then, God forgive me.
For what offense, sweet Beatrice?
You have stayed me in a happy hour, for I was about to protest I loved you.
And do it with all thy heart?
I love you with so much of my heart that there is none left to protest.
Oh, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio.
Not for the wide world.
You kill me to deny it. Farewell.
Tarry, Beatrice.
I am gone though I am here. There is no love in you. Nay, I pray you let me go.
Nay, but
in
Beatrice,
faith I will go.
We can be friends first.
You dare easier be friends with me than fight with mine enemy?
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not approved in height a villain that hath scorned, slandered, dishonored my kinswoman? Oh, that I were a man. What, bear her in hand until they come to take hands and then with public accusation uncover slander, unmitigated rancor? Oh, God, that I were a man, I would eat his heart in the marketplace. Talk with a man at a window, a proper saying. Sweet hero, she is wronged, she is slandered, she is undone. Princes and counties, surely a princely testimony, a goodly count, Count Confect, sweet, gallant, surely. Oh, that I were a man for his sake. Or that I had any friend that would be a man for my sake. But manhood is melted into courtesies and valor into compliment. Men are only turned into tongue and trim ones too. He is now as valiant as Hercules that tells a lie and swears it. I cannot be a man with wishing, therefore I will die a woman with grieving.
Terry, Beatrice, I swear by this hand I love thee.
Use it for my love some other way than swearing by it.
Think you in your soul that Count Claudio hath wronged Hero?
Yea, as sure as I have a thought or a soul.
Enough. Enough. I am engaged. I will challenge him. I will kiss your hand. And so I leave you. By this hand, Claudio shall render me a dear account. As I go, so think of me. Go, comfort your cousin. I must say she is dead. And so farewell.
Is our whole assembly appeared?
Oh, a stool and a cushion for the sexton.
Where be the malefactors?
Mary, that am I and my partner.
Nay, that's certain. We have the exhibition to examine.
But where are the offenders to be examined? Bring them before Master Constable.
Yea, bring them before me. What is your name, friends?
Bragio.
Pray write down Bragio. And yours, sir?
I am a gentleman, sir, and my name is Conrad.
Write down, Master Gentleman Conrad. Masters, do you serve God?
Yes, sir.
We hope.
Write down that they hope they serve God, but write God first. For God defend, but God should come before such villains. Masters, it is already proved that thou art little better than false knaves, and will go near to be thought so shortly. How say you for yourselves?
Marry, sir. We say we are none.
A marvelous witty fellow, I assure you. I will have a go with him. Come hither, sir. A word in your ear. Sir, it is thought that you are false knaves.
Well, sir, I say we are none.
Well, stand aside. Before God, they're both in a tale. Have you read that they are none?
Master Constable, you go not the way to examine. You must call forth the watch that are their accusers.
Mary, that is the eftest way. Bring forth the watch. Masters, I charge thee, in the prince's name, accuse these men.
This man said, sir, that Don John, the prince's brother, was a villain.
Write down, Prince John, a villain. Why, that's flat perjury. To call a prince's brother villain.
What heard you him say else?
Marry, that he hath received 1,000 ducats of Don John for accusing the lady hero wrongfully.
flat burglary as ever was committed.
My master, it is.
What else, fellows?
And that Count Claudio did mean upon his words to disgrace Hero before the whole assembly, and not marry her.
O thou villain, thou shalt be condemned into everlasting redemption for this.
Master Constable.
What else?
Quiet thee, I pray thee, I do not like thy look.
What else?
This is all.
And this is more, masters, than you can deny. Prince John is this morning secretly stolen away. Hero is in this manner accused, in this very manner refused, and upon the grief of it, suddenly died. Master Constable, see these men bound and brought to Leonatus. I shall go before and show her their examination.
Let them be opinion.
Let them be in the hands.
Off, coxcomb!
God's my life. Where's the sexton that she would write down the prince's officers' coxcomb? Oh, naughty varlet!
Oh, away! You are an ass! You are an ass!
Dost thou not suspect my place? Dost thou not suspect my years? Oh, that she were here to write me down an ass. But remember, I am an ass, though it not be written down. Do not forget that I am an ass! Oh, thou villain, that thou art full of piety, and it shall be proven upon thee by good witness. For I am a wise fellow, which is more, an officer, and which is more, a householder, and which is more, as pretty a piece of flesh as anyone in the city. I am a fellow that knows the law, go to, and a rich enough fellow, go to, and a fellow that hath had losses, and a man with 2 gowns and everything handsome about him. Come, take them away. Oh, that I had been writ down an ass.
If you go on thus, you will kill yourself. And 'tis not wisdom thus to second grief against yourself. Pray you cease thy counsel, which falls into my ears as profitless as water in the sea. Give not me counsel, nor let no comforter delight mine ear, but such a one whose wrongs do suit with mine. Then bend not all the harm upon yourself. Make those that do offend you suffer too. There thou speakest reason. Nay, I will do so. My soul doth tell me Hero is belied. That shall Claudio know, so shall the prince and all of them that thus dishonor her.
Here come the prince and Claudio hastily.
Good day, good day. Good day to both of you.
Hear you, my lords?
We have some haste, Leonata.
Some haste, my lords. Well, fare you well, my lords. Are you so hasty now? All is one.
Do not quarrel with us, woman.
If she could right herself of quarreling, some of us would lie low.
Who wrongs her?
Mary, thou dost wrong me, thou dissembler, thou. Nay, never lay thy hand upon thy sword, I fear thee not.
Oh, Mary, beshrew my hand. It should give your age such cause of fear. In faith, my hand meant nothing to my sword.
Tush, tush, man, never fleer and jest at me. I say thou hast killed my innocent child. Thy slander has gone through and through her heart, and she lies buried with her ancestors, in a tomb where never scandal slept save this of hers, framed by thy villainy.
My villainy?
Thine, Claudio, thine, I say.
You speak not right, woman.
Away, I will not have to do with you.
Canst thou so daff me? Thou hast killed my child. Thou killst me, boy. Thou shalt kill a man.
He shall two us, and men indeed, but that's no matter. Let him kill one first. Win me and wear me. Come, follow me, boy. Come, sir boy. Come, follow me. Sir boy, I'll whip you from your foining fits. Nay, as I am a gentleman, I will.
Sister?
Content yourself. God knows my niece. I loved my niece, and she is dead. Slandered to death by villains that dare as well answer a gentleman, indeed, as I dare take a serpent by the tongue. Boys, apes, braggarts, jacks, milksops. Sister, hold you content. What man, I know them, yea, and what they weigh to their utmost scruple, scrambling, outfacing, fashion-monging boys that lie, and cough, and fluff, deprave, and slander, go antically, show outward hideousness, and speak off half a dozen dangerous words, how they may hurt their enemies if they durst, and this is all.
But sister,
come, 'tis no matter, do not you meddle, let me deal in this.
We will not wait your patience. Leonata, I am sorry for your daughter's death, but she was charged with nothing but what was true and very full of proof.
My lord,
I will not hear you.
No? Come, sister, away. I will be heard.
And shall, or some of us will smart for it.
Oh, see, here comes the man we went to seek.
Now, senor, what news?
Good day, my lord.
Welcome, senor. You come to almost a fray.
We'd like to have had our two noses snapped off with two women.
Leonata and her sister. What thinkest thou? Had we fought, I doubt we would have been too young for them.
In a false quarrel, there can be no valor. I came to seek you both.
We have been up and down to seek thee, for we are high-proof melancholy, and would fain have it beaten away. Wilt thou use thy wit?
Is it in my scabbard? Shall I draw it?
Dost thou wear thy wit by thy side?
Never any did so, though very many are beside their wit. I will bid thee draw, as we do the minstrels. Draw, to pleasure us.
As I am an honest man, he looks pale. Art thou sick or angry?
What? Courage, man! What though care kill the cat? Thou hast meddle enough in thee to kill care.
I will meet your wit in the career, sir. I pray you choose another subject.
Nay, and give him another staff. This last was broke cross.
By this light he changes more and more. I think he be angry indeed.
Oh, if he be, he knows how to turn his girdle.
May I speak a word in your ear?
Oh, God bless me from a challenge.
You are a villain. I jest not. I will make it good how you dare, with what you dare, and when you dare. Do me right, or I will protest your cowardice. You have killed a sweet, innocent lady, and her death will fall heavy on thee. Come, let me hear from you.
Well, I'll meet with you, so I may have good cheer.
Fare you well, boy. You know my mind. You break jests as braggarts do their blades, which, God be thanked, hurt not. My lord, for your many courtesies, I thank you. I must discontinue your company. Your brother the bastard has fled Messina. You have among you killed a sweet lady. And for my lord Lackbeard there, he and I shall meet. Until then, peace be with you.
Oh, what a pretty thing man is when he goes in his doublet and hose and leaves off his wit.
Isn't a giant to an ape? And then is an ape a doctor to such a man?
He is in earnest.
Most profound earnest. And, I'll warrant you, for the love of Beatrice.
And he hath challenged thee.
Most sincerely.
But soft you, let me be. Pluck up my heart to be sad. Did he not say my brother has fled?
Come you, sir. If justice cannot tame you, she shall ne'er weigh more reasons in her balance. You are a cursing hypocrite. You must be looked to.
How now? Two of my brothers have been bound. Horatio one.
Hearken after their offense, my lord.
Officers, what offense have these men committed?
Marry, my lord. They have committed false report. Moreover, they have spoken untruths. Secondarily, they are slanders. Sixth and lastly, they have belied a lady. Thirdly, they have verified unjust things. And to conclude, they are lying knaves.
First, I ask thee what they've done. Thirdly, I ask thee what is their offense. Sixth and lastly, why are they committed? And to conclude, what lay you to their charge?
Rightly reasoned, and in his own division, and by my troth, there's one meaning well suited.
Who have you offended, masters, that you are thus bound to your answer? These learned constables are much too cunning to be understood. What is thy offense?
Oh, sweet prince, let me go no further to mine answer. Do you hear me? And let this count kill me? I have deceived even your very eyes, and what your wisdoms could not discover, these shallow fools have brought to light, who in the darkness did hear me confess to this man, how Don John, your brother, incensed me to slander Hero, how you were all brought to the orchard, and witnessed me woo Margaret in Hero's garments. How you shamed her, and you should marry her. My villainy, they have on record, which I would rather seal with my death than to repeat over to my shame. The lady is dead upon mine and my master's false accusations. And, briefly, I desire nothing but the reward of a villain.
Runs not this speech like iron through your blood?
We've drunk poison whilst he uttered it.
And my brother put thee onto this.
Oh, and paid me richly for the practice of it.
He is composed and framed of treachery, and fled he is upon this villainy.
Sweet Hero, now thy image doth appear in the rare semblance that I loved at first.
Come, take the plaintiff away. By this time our sexton hath reformed Lady Leonata of the matter. And masters, do not forget to specify when time and place shall serve that I am asked.
Here comes Madame Leonata and the sexton too.
Which is the villain? Let me see his eyes, and when I note another man like him, I may avoid him. Which of these is he?
If you would know your wronger, look on me.
Art thou the slave that with thy breath has killed mine innocent child?
I, and I alone.
No, not so, villain, thou beliest thyself. Here stand a pair of honorable men. A third is fled that had a hand in it. I thank you, princes, for my daughter's death. Record it with your high and worthy deeds. 'Twas bravely done. Few bethink you of it.
I know not how to pray your patience, yet I must speak. Choose your adventurous self. Impose me to what penance your invention can lay upon my sin. Yet sinned I not, but in mistaking.
By my soul, nor I. And to satisfy this good madam, I'll bend to any heavy task that she'll enjoin me to.
I cannot bid you bid my daughter live. That were impossible. But I pray you both possess the people in Messina here how innocent she died. And if your love could labor aught in sad invention, hang her an epitaph upon her tomb. Sing it to her bones. Sing it tonight. Tomorrow morning, come you to my house, and since you could not be my son-in-law, be yet my nephew. My sister had the daughter almost the copy of my child that's dead. and she alone is heir to both of us. Give her the right you should have given her cousin, and so dies my revenge.
Oh, noble madam, through her kindness doth wring tears from me. I do embrace your offer, and dispose for henceforth of poor Claudio.
Tomorrow, then, I will expect your coming. Tonight, I take my leave. This naughty man shall face to face be brought to Margaret, whom I believe is packed in all this wrong, hired to it by your brother.
Oh, no, no, by my soul she was not, nor knew not what she did when she spoke to me. For she hath always been just and virtuous in all that I know about her.
Moreover, my lady, though it not be under white and black, this plaintiff, the offender, did call me ass. I beseech you, remember it in her punishment.
I thank thee for thy care and honest pains.
You speak like a most thankful and reverend youth, and I praise God for you.
There's for thy pains.
God save the foundation.
Go, I discharge thee of thy prisoners, and I thank thee.
I leave an errant knave with your worship, and I beseech your worship to correct yourself for the example of others. May God keep your worship. I wish your worship well. May God restore you to health. I humbly give you leave to depart. And if a merry meeting is wished, God prohibit it! Come, neighbor.
Until tomorrow morning, lords, farewell.
Farewell, my lords. We look for you tomorrow.
We will not fail you.
Tonight I'll mourn with Hero.
Bring you these fellows on. We'll talk with Margaret and how her acquaintance grew with this lewd fellow.
The God of love that's up above. The God of love that's up above and knows me. Come, Margaret, pray thee, help me to the speech of Beatrice.
Oh, will you then write me a sonnet in praise of my beauty?
Oh, Margaret, in so high a style that no man shall come over it, for in most comely truth thou deservest it.
To have no man come over me? What, shall I always be kept below stairs?
Thy wit is as quick as a greyhound's mouth. It catches.
And yours is as blunt as the fencer's foils, which hit but hurt not.
Oh, a most manly wit, Margaret. It will not hurt a woman. And so I pray thee, call Beatrice. I give thee the bucklers.
Give us the swords. We have bucklers of our own.
If you use those, Margaret, you would have to put the pikes in a vice. Those are dangerous weapons for maids.
Well, I will call Beatrice to you, who I think hath legs.
And therefore will come here.
The God of love.
The God of love. That's up above and knows me. Pray, I cannot show it in rhyme. I can find no rhyme out for lady, baby, babbling rhyme. Ooh, for scorn, horn. Huh? A hard rhyme? Yeah? Yeah? No? For school, fool, an ominous rhyme. So many endings. Yeah? No, Mary, I was not born under a rhyming planet. Nor can I woo in festival terms. Well, the God of love that's Beatrice, wilt thou come when I call?
Oh, and depart when you bid.
Oh, but stay until then.
Then is spoken. Very well.
Oh.
And yet, ere I go, let me go with that which I came, which is with knowing what hath passed between you and Claudio.
Oh, Virginia, only foul words, and thereupon I shall kiss thee.
Woo! Foul words is but foul wind, and foul wind is but foul breath, and foul breath is noisome. Therefore I will depart unkissed.
Thou hast frighted the right word out of it, so forcible is thy wit. But I must tell thee plainly, either Claudio undergoes my challenge, or I shall subscribe him a coward. Now, tell me, which of my bad parts did thou first fall in love with?
For them all together, which maintain so politic a state of evil that they will not admit any good part to intermingle with them. For which of my good parts did you first suffer love?
Oh, suffer love? A good epitaph, for I do indeed suffer love, for I love thee against my will.
In spite of your heart, I think, alas.
Oh, poor heart.
I will spite it for your sake if you spite it for mine.
Oh.
For I could never love that which my friend hates.
You and I are too wise to woo peaceably.
It appears not in this confession. There's not one wise man in 20 that would praise himself.
Well, so much for praising myself, which I can attest is praiseworthy. But, how was your cousin?
Very ill.
And how are you?
Very ill, too.
Serve God. Love me. Amen.
Oh.
And thereto will I leave you, for here comes another in haste.
Madam, you must come to your aunt's. Yonder's old coil at home. It is proved my lady hero is falsely accused. The prince and the count mightily abused, and Don John, author of all, has fled and gone. Will you come?
Presently. Will you go hear this news, senor?
Oh, I will live in thy heart, die in thy lap, and be buried in thy eyes. And so too I'll come with thee to thy aunt's.
Unto death by slanderous tongues, this hero that here lies. Death, the burden of her wrongs, gives her fame which never dies. So the life that died with shame lives in death with glorious fame. Unto thy bones good night. Dearly will I do this for thee.
Come, let us hence, and put on other weeds, and into Leonatus we will go.
And Hymen now with luckier issue speeds than this for whom we rendered up this woe.
Did I not tell you she was innocent?
So are the prince and Claudio, who accused her upon the error you heard debated. But Margaret was in some fault for this, although against her will, as it appears in the true course of all the question.
Well, I'm glad that all things sort so well.
And I too, being otherwise attest in faith, to call Claudio to the reckoning for it.
Well, daughter, and you gentlewomen all, withdraw into a chamber by yourselves, and when I send for you, come hither masked. The prince and Claudio promised by this hour to visit me. Sister, you know your office. You must be mother to your sister's daughter and give her to young Claudio.
Which I will do with confirmed countenance.
Friar, I must entreat your pains, I think.
To do what, senor?
Oh, to bind me or undo me, one of them. Madam, it is so, your niece does regard me with an eye of favor.
That I my daughter lent her, 'tis most true.
And I do with an eye of love requite her.
The sight whereof I think you had from me, from Claudio and the prince, but what's your will?
Your answer, madam, is enigmatical. My will is, your good will is to be conjoined with ours this day in holy marriage. To which, friar, I would very much desire your help.
My heart is with your liking.
And with my help, here come the prince and Claudio.
Good morrow to this fair assembly.
Good morrow, prince. Good morrow, Claudio. Are you yet determined today to marry with my sister's daughter?
I'll hold my mind.
Call them forth, sister. Here's the fire ready.
Which is the lady I must seize upon?
The same as she, and I do give you her.
Why then she's mine. Sweet, let me see her face.
No, that you will not, till you take her hand before this friar and swear to marry her.
Give me your hand. Before this holy friar, I am your husband, if you like of me.
And when I lived, I was your other wife. And when you loved, you were my other husband.
Another hero.
Nothing certainer. One hero died defiled, but I do live. And surely as I live, I am a maid.
The former hero. The hero that is dead?
She died, my lord, but whilst her slander lived.
All this amazement can I qualify, when after the holy rites are ended, I'll tell you largely of fair hero's death. Meantime, let wonder seem familiar, and to the chapel let us present.
Oh! Soft and fair, friar. Soft and fair. Which one is Beatrice?
I answer to that name. What is your will?
Do not you love me?
Why, no more than reason.
Well then, the prince and Claudio were much deceived, for they swore that you did.
Do not you love me?
Why, by my troth, no more than reason.
Why then, my cousin Margaret and Ursula are much deceived, for they did swear you did.
They said you were, sick for me.
They swore you were well nigh dead for me.
Oh, so you don't love me?
No. But in friendly recompense.
Come, cousin, I'm sure you love the gentleman.
I'll be sworn upon that he loves her. For here's a paper, written in his hand, a halting sonnet of his own poor brain, fashioned to Beatrice.
And here's another, written in my cousin's hand, stolen from her pocket, sending her affection unto Benedict.
A miracle! Here's our own hands against our hearts. Come, I will have thee. But by this light, I do take you for pity.
I would not this good day deny you, but partly to save your life, for I was told you were in a consumption.
Peace. I will stop your mouth.
How now, Signor Benedict, the married man?
I'll tell you what, Prince. A college of witcrackers cannot flout me out of my humor. In brief, since I do propose to marry, I will think nothing that can be said to the world against it. Therefore, do not flout at me for what I have said against it, for man is a giddy thing. In conclusion, Prince, thou art sad, hmm? Get thee a wife, eh? Get thee a wife. For there is no staff more reverend than one tipped with horn.
My lord, your brother John is taken in flight and brought back with armed men to Messina.
Think on him till morrow. I'll devise ye brave punishments. Hey, strike up pipers!